Hello, hello! Welcome to our NFTSteez YouTube channel. My name is Drip Baby, and I'm here with Voice. How are you doing, Voice?
I'm living the dream.
Beautiful, beautiful. I hope everything is going well with you. And today we're gonna talk about why NFT sucks.
But do they?
Do you think so?
I don't.
Well, let's find out. But before we dive into our content, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Here, we created these guys for you so we can talk about the NFT world, the trends, the news, the new artists, how to sell, how to buy. And if you have any questions, if you have anything that you want to say, just drop in the comments section below. Well, does NFT suck? So, what do you think? Let me know. What do you think?
Are you asking me?
Well, that can be for you too, Voice. Let me know, what do you think? What do you think, Voice?
Or you're asking the people or you're asking me? I'm
I
confused.
I asked people to leave in the comments below, but now I'm asking you, Voice. Do you think NFT sucks?
No, of course not.
Why?
I am the NFT. I could be the NFT. Anything can be an NFT.
Yes, you're right.
And a lot of people don't understand that. They think NFT is just art, but it's more than just that. It's going to eventually be a lot of things that are going to cause us to change the way we live. And a lot of people do not see that right now, obviously, because of all the big sales of art and everything that's going on out there in the world currently.
Well, every time when it has an excitement happening, people are skeptical about it. They don't fully understand what in the world is happening because they see pieces that it's like selling for $50,000 pieces, and they're like, well, I could have done this. My 4-year-old could have created that. And they don't fully understand why people are paying that much money for something that is like you can't even touch. It's something online. You are having a address on the blockchain because that's literally what it is. You were right when you say that anything can be an NFT. But I also think that this excitement, I also think what is happening is a lot of people don't fully understand what NFT is about, where they are, because like you see a lot of people selling um different things, and or they try to sell and they don't know how to sell. All others are saying that the NFT are just for the celebrities, for the athletes, for rich people to get richer. And I think that is like a miscommunication on here, because some of people also think that if they buy an NFT today, they can sell that same unique token tomorrow or after like even 7 days for $100,000, and that's definitely not the case.
Well, there's a few things that. So going back to your little 4-year-old can make this. The issue is a 4-year-old can go, and it's going to sound horrible, but I won't say a 4-year-old because it'll sound really bad, but we'll say anybody with half a brain cell basically could have gone back in the 90s when the .com going into the 2000s thing was happening, and anybody could have created a .com, for instance, sex.com. Whatever, it's 3 little letters with a .com at the end of it. They sold that and they made a lot of money. Same thing happened again when the person that bought it sold it to someone else and they made a lot of money. It's the same concept. There was nothing physical. They just created an address and sold it. They had ownership to it and they sold it. Granted, there are a lot of issues right now, obviously, with, of course, currently what is being seen out there is the fact of having the copyright issue. What is copyright stuff allowed to be sold? We don't know. That's the honest answer because it is being sold, but are there going to be legal ramifications? Who knows? Because everything's so new and we don't know where the boundaries are on stuff like that. But I think that when people realize that this is exactly just like the whole .com thing, and then getting to Instagram, all these bubbles that people missed, and this is another currently an opportunity for people to get into. And when I say bubbles, those bubbles technically haven't burst. The internet never died. The .com thing never died. People still making money on that and doing that currently. Same thing goes with obviously with Instagram and TikTok, which is really taking off. And then there's other platforms currently that are so new for this whole NFT crypto thing that people aren't taking advantage of it, and it's opportunities to go and buy this stuff currently right now, and people are gonna look back and be like, man, I wish I would have invested back then. Same thing as when people look back now at the dot-com situation and the Facebook situation, the uh, YouTube situation, stuff like that.
Well, I just want to, you said something that is really delicate, and I think I personally, okay, personally, I truly believe that NFTs are going to lead us to something very special that is going to, help more artists and creators to literally take control over their art. But when you talk about copyright rights, that is something that we need to talk about, because what is happening, you see a lot of people saying, and they are comparing NFTs with the Mona Lisa example. Oh, if you buy a Mona Lisa, it's not the original, so have that some value. I don't want to talk. That's not the copyright's more than that, because when you buy a painting, it's really hard for you to replicate that same painting. Now when you talk about NFTs are not painted, are not like brushed. NFTs are the digital arts, are pixelated, are so you can literally buy the same piece. You can screenshot. Why people can screenshot their same piece and resell it? So when it comes down to other people stealing and reselling, that's where the issue is, because there is not much protection of that. And that leads not only for artwork, a lot of people, a lot of celebrities, artists, they are complaining about people just screenshot their tweets and reselling as NFT. But some of these artists and celebrities, when they find out that other people are stealing their work, are stealing something that they have no permission to sell, they literally go to a platform. I just want to read this really quick, because I think this is so important for us to talk about. Here, this is something that Colin Belton said. He's a managing partner at Brookwood PC. He say this: that is your standard copyright and intellectual property laws that apply to these things. Users who believe their art is being appropriated can try filing Digital Millennium Copyright Act through that's the DMCA, taking down notice against the site selling these NFTs. And some platforms, they are already, if you report to the platform, they are, being aware of this artwork being stolen. Some platforms have a different policy when you upload your NFT, because honestly, that's what happened when you have a new market, when you have excitement and is widely open. Literally anyone can sell NFTs. Anyone can create an NFT right now and sell. And of course, this is going to be abused, because a lot of people misunderstand the real meaning why NFTs were created, and they just want to make money off of it. So they're going to try every single way to make that money out of this market. So when you have a platform being widely abused, you find issues like that I truly believe that I've seen some platforms are already taking care of. But yes, that's something that we gotta improve, because there is so much behind it. You see so many artists trying to steal someone else, you know you see so many artists trying to steal someone else's artwork and resell without their permission. And for you to track down is just like an exhaustive process. So this, I don't think, like I was saying about the tweets before, I don't think that is going to be what mainly NFTs are right now. But I do think that tweets are going to lead us to something that we can be on the lookout for. The same thing when it started, like the price of NFTs, only on October 2020, the average price was $142. On February this year, the average price were 4,500. Now we have this. Now it's decrease. Now this price decreased to 1,500, but it still is almost 10 times more than only 6 months ago. And a lot of people are saying that the NFTs are crashing because of that. And what I see the pricing stabilizing the market. I see that just the ones who knows what I see just the ones who really understands and enjoy the NFTs are going to stay in the market, and this is going to stabilize more than what we have seen, more than this wave. I truly believe we still gonna have like pieces being sold for 69 millions, 200,000, 400,000, 40,000, $50,000. But I also think that this price is going to get a stabilization better than when just happened. So I don't think NFT sucks, honestly. I do think that has a lot of room for improvements. But when you own something, when you buy something and that leads you to that proof of authenticity that you can hold, when you have the opportunity to buy a song from your favorite artist, I think that's incredible, especially for the artists when they take control over their art. They can say, yeah, this art is the original one. It's not the one that is on internet forever. And I've been seeing so many, like new artists, small artists that are coming out in this market, and they're so grateful for the NFTs because are helping them to have their artwork seen, and not only that, but helping them making that as their full-time business.
So there's a few things out there for this copyright stuff. There's a site called Vivi or Vive. I'm not sure, Veve, and they sell digital collectibles, and they are also committed to carbon neutral NFTs. And that's another argument that a lot of people do have, is the fact that these NFTs are hurting the environment, because obviously you need these supercomputers to do all of this work, which burns up a lot of energy. Not necessarily for NFTs, but it does happen, but also for mining, for example, bitcoins and stuff like that. Um, so I see the whole copyright thing going away if companies are able to buy the rights to doing things like this and being able to put it out there. Now that kind of puts the individual artist out on the street in a sense, because again, a big company's going to come in and they're going to hold the rights to some of these.
But there are like of companies on the market that provides that stamp of authenticity. So I do think.
Right, but I'm not talking about just that. I'm talking about you hold the rights to the copyright in a sense to, I can't think of the word, I don't know why, but you hold the copyrights to this actual individual item. So it's gonna evolve like everything, and it's gonna continue to grow, and artists are gonna be able. The key thing right now is an artist is gonna get known for their own work. Today there was that post of the artist who released all these superheroes going to the bathroom, and a lot of people were commenting, how are they going to be able to, how is this person able to resell these characters when they do not own the rights to it? And people are saying, oh, they're international, and I'm sure that's another thing that's, it gets into all these sticky points. There's a lot of gray area, and that's where everything's going to start to evolve in a sense that you're going to have rules and regulations. And then, of course, that's the big thing, is a lot of people are going to get into the whole government aspect of wanting to make their money off of this as well, the governments. And then you have the fight between China and the U.S., in which currently they're trying to control the most Bitcoin as possible. So it gets into an interesting conversation, and I love seeing what people are saying about
They are
what
saying
is right,
that
what is wrong,
we
and
are in the US and this is internet. That is so much. That's so much out there.
so it's gonna definitely change, and every day it's obviously it's evolving every day, which is that's why it's so fun right now. Is that this is so new, even though it's been around for a bit, that all of this is going to continue to grow, and it's going to keep growing at a ridiculous rate, because it's not just art. People are just focusing. That's what they think NFTs are art, and they're not. It's a wide variety of things that are basically all just held down by one simple fact of they're a contracted thing on the internet that has
Yeah.
an actual
That's something
place, an
you're talking
actual
about right
holder.
now that it's very important to people understand that NFT is not the artwork. Okay. So I want you to understand that NFT is literally the address that you have on the blockchain. The end. That means you have ownership over that whatever that is, whatever that unique token that you're looking to buy or that you have is. Like voice were saying, that can be anything, because the value of the NFT is that the address that you have on the blockchain. Now that is even more when you say like just going back a little bit more on that copyright thing, because it's just so important. Like we were saying, I think it's going to evolve, and yes, I think it's going to be more. I think some platforms are going to create ways to have their pieces more authentic, to have the pieces being like more curated, so people know that pieces on the platform are legit. And I truly believe that the platform should have this a way of implementing other ways for the creator to feel safer while using that platform, and not only like selling everything for everyone, because that's what happened when you sell everything to anyone. Like I said before, right in the beginning of the video, the market is being a little bit abused, but I do think it's a lot of room for improvement. When you talked about the environment as well, that is a really hot thing, that is a hot talk that people are having as well, because of how many computers we need to run all of this, and how much is being really bad for the environment. So I do think that is a long way for us, to lead on the NFT world. I truly believe this is amazing for the artists, for the creators. That's why I'm here talking to you, boys. Um, but yeah, I don't think NFT sucks. I think it's like everything else, that is room for improvement. And I don't know. Maybe people are just seeing like a quick buck and don't know how to make the quick buck, and I think every single artist are gonna make a quick buck, and that's not happen. Like Bipo, what is his name? The Bipo,
People, people.
that he sold the $69 million piece, but they don't. People just see that, right? But they don't see the plus 30 years of his work. The guy is amazing, and that happens with so many artists that are selling $44,000 pieces every single day, but they put into work. That's their lives, It's not. So maybe that's not happened for you. That is just going to buy something off of internet and don't even know what you're buying, you know. Um, but yeah,
That's okay to buy stuff that you don't know you're buying. It's no
as
big deal. And that's how a
but
lot of
as
artists get
long
going.
as you're not expecting to make the kickback, that's what my point, because a lot of people think NFT sucks because they want to make that same amount of money, and they buy anything from the internet and they're just waiting. Now, I think a lot of people buy NFTs for the wrong reasons. That's one of them, because it's art at the end of the day. It's something that should relate to you. The same thing when you buy the rights of an exclusive song from your favorite artist. You should relate to that, not just because it's that song, because the market is the one who is determining the price tag of that unique token that you have. So if you buy something that you don't even like and you try to resell that, and if the market doesn't see the same value that you did when you bought it, you're not going to make the return of investment they're looking for. Now, if you're selling something that you truly resonate about, you're even going to know how much money that is worth. Your piece can sell for a higher price, because you can find people with the same reasoning that you bought that NFT to buy from you. So that's my point, because I think like from 80 to 95% of transactions being made out there are from people that think they're gonna make buck like a quick buck overnight. And sometimes that can happen, sometimes that will not happen. Most of the times that is not gonna happen. But I think people should buy NFTs for the right reason, not only expecting to be rich overnight.
But people are not just it's not just the people that are trying to make a quick buck that are saying it sucks. It's the people who have no interest in taking part in it and just see this as a big gimmick. And those are the people that you a lot of people have to ignore. You have to ignore this because there's going to be always, with whatever you do, is there's always going to be those who either don't understand it, don't care to understand it, or always throw shade at everything that they see that doesn't fit with their agenda. So that's why it's not just, this whole group of people
Yes.
that are, I'm trying to make a quick buck off of it. There's also this group of people who won't
Yep.
ever take part in this. And that's what, it doesn't matter what they say. It just matters that it keeps evolving and growing, and which is it's going to continue to do. And you just keep educating yourself on everything. And eventually, if that is your goal, that in your end goal is to make money, it's going to happen. It's just making sure that you make the right choices and the right investments in each thing that you're
Yeah,
trying to do.
I love that. On like in 2017 when NFT, start all of that. Like the first two group that created like the crypto punks, they were even giving away for free, So they were making this to literally protect artists and make things happen. And I think it's happening, and like you say, it's evolving and it's growing. And well, boys, I think we got our point across. What do you think?
I,
Well,
I think so. I think this is a good step in the right direction of helping people understand where this future is going. There's much more to talk about. That's the whole purpose of why we created this. And obviously, we're going to keep diving into each individual thing and growing it further and more. So that way, that people hopefully we get feedback and will help us continue to grow, continue to answer. And the best part is always having the debate of what is good and spotting the trends and making this whole NFT thing, crypto thing, keep continuing to give back to the artist, give back to the creator, and instead of having the big giant corporations with the control, it's giving the individuals their options and their
yes.
choices and their freedom to do what
Yes,
they want.
yes, yes. Well, thank you so much, Voice, for joining me in this video today. Thank you so much, you NFTSteez people.
We're gonna have to work on that.
I hope you enjoyed this video as much as we did. Thank you so much. We are truly grateful for having you here with us. And if you have any questions, if you have suggestions, if you have anything that you can add on and that we can learn from you as well, please just drop in the comments below. We're going to be more than happy to learn from you as well. Thank you so much, and we're going to see you in our next video.
Also, before we go, if you have any artists or art that you want to showcase or bring attention to, let us know in the comments as well. We are definitely looking for that. And again, the whole point is to grow the community. So if you have anything that's up and coming or you're curious about, definitely
Love
let us
it.
know.
Well, we'll see you in our next NFT talk video. Um beijo. Tchau, tchau.